We are live. Welcome. This is the first ever live demo of SnapTip.App, the industry's, as far as I know, the only vehicle specific window tint pricing tool. Man, so we're going to go over some things. We're going to give people a minute to jump in. This should have shouted out across Facebook. It should get going. I'm going to make sure I share it in the groups. Make sure we get things moving. Let's see. Sometimes it's hard to see over this mic. I'm like trying to look at my phone. I'm just like, oh yeah, let's go to the chat. Let's see who is on. What is happening? Oh yeah, we got the chat overlay. Once people start chatting. All right, let's make sure we share this over, man. Make sure we share. What's up, Mark, man? How you doing, brother? I'm glad you made it, man, because I'm super excited, nervous, all that good stuff, man. This is my first ever public debut of, what is it? Of SnapTip.App, man. I mean, I've been working on this thing for over a year, a little over a year. Yeah, it's just come so far, man. I'm gonna give folks a couple minutes to come in. We still got a few folks joining. I just shared this to a lot of the groups. So yeah, man, if you guys got invite buttons, that kind of stuff, man, like, yeah, I'm stoked, man. I can't wait to share this. Oh, Scott, thanks, brother. And this is just the start, man. Like, so I started building all the cool stuff you get, man. When you go to tent events, you get all this cool stuff, man. You know, of course, Eric with Tent Wiz shares all sorts of cool stuff too, man. So I started hanging some of that stuff up on the wall, and I realized I got something better I'm going to do. So there's something better coming. It's going to have glass. It's going to be covered. It's going to have lights. It's going to be awesome, man. So I can't wait. Oh, man. So I'm stoked, man. I'm glad you folks are here, man. I'm glad I have an opportunity to share this. Like I said, SnapTip.App is, as far as I know, is the only vehicle-specific window tint pricing tool. I've been working on this for a little over a year. I first built this as an Excel spreadsheet. Can you believe that? I went into Excel and I started with a vehicle database and of just year, make, model, and I started putting in all sorts of crazy stuff, man. I started having to, I mean, with my database, I had to build my own specific database just for this. So I had to take a year, make, model database basically, and add that, add this thing that I call a body type into it, so that we can make it specific for window tint. You know, because whether it's a compact sedan or a standard sedan, like full size car or whatever, is what a lot of databases set stuff as. We charge us about the same. So I can't have all these, especially when you come to like crossovers, you know, small SUVs, you got big SUVs, you got all sorts of different types of pickup trucks. And a lot of databases call it a pickup truck with a certain amount of room in it and stuff. And I couldn't work with that. That's not how we normally price things in window tint. So I had to kind of change the way we price that to where we have what we need to set it up. That is a great question. Eventually, I think I can. The toughest part to that is I've got to also add in trim levels for vehicle, so we can kind of have modifiers for the front bumpers. So I think that is one of the steps I want to get to. I've got to start here. I've got to get this going. Got to get feedback up, and just get going from there, man. What's up, Cody? Glad you can make it in, brother. Glad you can make it, man. I'm over the moon, like ready to share this. I think this is going to change the way a lot of us work within the window tint, the automotive window tint space, mainly because of what this tool lets you do. So a big reason I built this is because I started looking at the way companies run, and a lot of tint shops like to go from, hey, I'm a tinter, I want to grow, so I'm going to hire a tinter. And I think it is a much smoother transition to hire someone, to hire the supporting roles around you. So to hire, someone to deal with phones and customers up front, someone to help out around the shop, so that you can sling as much film as possible. I mean, if you're tinning and that's your specialty, you get paid more if you can put more film to glass. So you need to stick to that specialty and hire people around you. It's awesome. What's up, Rick Tallman, man? Good to see you here, brother. Welcome in, man. So we are close, man. I want to give everyone a few minutes to come in, because this is gonna, I don't know, I think this tool is phenomenal, man. I mean, one of the big reasons I did it is so that people can grow their business is a big thing, man. Because once you grow your business, you start making forward movement, you start living a better life, you start having better options around you. It's just so many options once you start growing your business, man. So imagine if you want to hire someone up front who knows absolutely nothing about window tint. Let's say you met someone, people talk about it, man, like bartenders, door-to-door salespeople, like any kind of like salesperson that is great at talking with people. You can hire them, not really teach them anything about window tint, just teach them basically about, if you offer 3 lines of film, teach them about the benefits and the differences between those 3 lines of films, which any good salesperson will learn about the product they're selling. And then that's it. They don't need to know about all these different cars, how to price, how much does a Civic hatchback cost compared to a Civic sedan. They don't need to know that. They just search it in the app and find it. So since you guys are the ones who have jumped on first, I'm going to go ahead and let you in on it. And we're going to jump in. What do you say? Who wants to go ahead and see how this kind of works? So I went ahead and built a basic account. So I opened my account, I went through the sign up process, and I'm just here. So it's really funny. Right before, like probably 20 minutes before I started, I realized I didn't have any vehicles in my live database. I've got a partial database in the development side of it. So I signed up and I'm like, cool, let's get this going. Let's get this showing. And there were no vehicles to show. So I had to load some vehicles in. So all we have in this database is Honda and Tesla. The reason I chose those two is because you've got your Honda Pilots, Ridgelines, that kind of stuff that have different body styles across. Like a 2015 Honda Pilot is different than a 2016 Honda Pilot, because they've got that front little vent window. And if you want to charge more labor for that front little vent window, how do you do that? And that's how we have modifiers set up in here to do that. Same thing between the Honda Civic hatchback and a Honda Civic sedan. 2 different things, 2 different prices. And then I wanted to be able to show the difference between like a regular sedan, price like a Honda Accord, versus a Tesla Model 3, and how we can set up a modifier to make that work. So I'm going to throw out a quick disclaimer. I still find bugs in here sometimes. Every once in a while, I go through here and I find a little bug. I found a bug earlier today that I fixed again. So this is going to launch in beta mode. So I don't know if you've gone over. See if we can go over to the site and share that real quick. No, it's wanting to just log me in again. So I don't know if you've gone over to SnapTip.App, but if you want to be a part of the whole pre-launch access, if you want to jump in early, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release it to that group of people first. Let them have it, let them play with it, let them get in there, give feedback, and then we'll release it for the full public launch. If you want to be a part of that group and all the special, things that might come along with that, go ahead and go over to SnapTip.App. That's www right at the bottom .snaptip.app and sign up. We got some awesome things coming. We got fun things. We've got some early access stuff. If you join our Discord group, I'll go over that later on. We've got some awesome things going on over in our Discord group. So let's dive in, man. What do you guys say? What we got going on? Billy Ayton asks if they have an alpha mode because he's alpha. He's a better tinner than himself. Billy Ayton can tint better than Billy Ayton. How about that, man? All right, here we go. I'm gonna kill this music. This music's cool as hell, man, but it's a little too chill. Let's go over. What do you guys say? Music. Let's have the music, man. So this is the app. If my voice squeaks again, we're just gonna let that ride. Pretend you didn't hear that. But so this is my overall app. My screen is a little wide, so let me see if I can make this smaller. There we go, so you guys can see it. All right, so this is the overall app. So the whole goal here is I wanted to make sure that there were the least amount of information on a screen as possible. What's up, Joe? I wanted to make sure. So this is where the person using it is going to spend most of their time. They're going to be on here just searching. Boom. Let's say they want to search a 2020 Pilot, right? Boom. They search it. They click it. If you notice here, one thing is I haven't created a location or a price list. So that's something I wanted to show you guys. I didn't want this just to be a demo of here's how to use it. I've had some questions about how pricing works. So I wanted to go ahead and hey, thanks for sharing that, Scott. If you guys want to join the Discord, go on over, man. Follow this link. I think you'll see it in the comments. Come join our Discord group. We've got an awesome thing we call Wake Up Wednesday, where we get up early, man, and just kind of talk about what we're working on, talk about our goals, and just work with each other. So back to this. So what we do is when you go open this account, you jump in, you want to dive in and start looking at prices, man. But those prices are something that you create. So we got to create at least one location and one price list to make this work. So let's go in. Let's create a location. And again, this is still in beta mode. So if we got a little bug, we're just going to do what we can to get past that. So location name. Let's say I got a single store, right? We're going to call it freaking Tinton, man. It's over at 123 10th Street. You can put in whatever address you want here. This is more just so you can keep order of your different things. So we're going to call it Tintville. I'm in Colorado, so we're going to go with Colorado because I love it out here. We're in a zip code. All right, so here we have one user right now, and that's me. I haven't created any other users to make this work yet, so I'm just the sole user for this. So right now, I can create this location. I can assign a user to this location. Like if you've got multiple users here, and one of them is at this location, freaking Tinton, you can put this here. If this is your one single location that you have, just select it. Go ahead and put yourself to it. Checkbox means you're going to add it here. If you have any price lists made, you can add those from here too. We haven't made any yet, so they're not there yet. So we're going to click save. And now we've got our first location. And you'll notice it's got this warning here for you, just letting you know that you have this location, but there are no price lists assigned. So what that means is if you want to click a vehicle to look at a price, you're not going to see it. It's just not going to have a price because there's no price list to look up. So let's go add a price list. So we create our own price list here, man. I want to make sure that we have this set up for your success so you can create this how you want to create it. So I'm going to start off. I don't have any kind of film brands I want to push here. I want to make sure that we just have, what we need here. So the way this works is this is your price list name. This is mainly for your internal use to keep track of this, because sometimes, let's say you've got multiple locations. Let's say you've got your good, better, best at one store and your good, better, best at another store, and they're two different prices. So we put this as our good low end if we want, and we can save this one, and we save another one as our good high if we want. Customers don't see this side. The users don't see this side. This is just for like organization. It's going to put those price lists over here in a list for you, and it's just so you can keep that organized. So we're just going to hit good for this. Down low, this is what you put for your actual film name. So there are so many different brands, but if this is your good option, let's say this is your diet option, right? I used 3M for a long time. I used Lumar, Suntech, Expel, all of them. So for all of us that know 3M, let's just call it FX Premium is what we call our good film, right? And then down here we have a price category. See, bug. Right away, man. Has a little thing here. So let me go fix that right quick because it happens. Yep, we go here and we say right here, make a little change. Yeah, there's always little bugs. That's why we do this in beta mode. There will be little things. So I got one now. All right, so added it in. Let's go back over here so I can see what's going on. All right, so You're going to have, every time you open an account, you're going to have the drop down option of retail. It looks like it's not showing the drop down, so I'm just going to click it for you. There we go. So you're going to have a drop down option here that is always going to be retail, something that's always there. A lot of us have retail prices, right? So we're going to go with that. If you ever want to create like a wholesale price list, you can create that here too. So you can click plus here and you can type in your whole thing, dealer price, wholesale price, like if you got different tiers, that kind of stuff, you can do that here. A lot of us are going to be sticking with retail. So we got a retail option there as a default. It'll always be there, so you can always use it. So let's just start off with some basic prices here. Don't quote me on these prices or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of run through these a little bit. Remember, this is a standard film. Prices change all over the place. That's why I wanted to make sure we set this up to where you put your own pricing in. So let's just say I'm just kind of running through this. That'll work. All right. So once you type in your prices here, you can save this just like this. No problem. But this price list won't be assigned to any locations. That's something we have to add in and choose. And that's what we can choose right there. You see this little red bar up top, it's saving everything. All right. So this isn't assigned to location yet. And if you go up here to locations too, you notice there are no price lists assigned here. So there's a couple ways you can do this. One, you can do it when you create it, right? When you go to create a new one, it'll be there. You can select it. So you go down, you go to update, select the location, save. Nice and easy. You can also do that from your location. So once you build out several price lists, and let's say you build out another location, you can always go in here and get it too. So you can always update through here and either select or deselect it through here. So you've got a couple different ways for flexibility to do that. So let's go in again real quick and build a better option, whatever film you want to call that. I'm just going to jump up because this is, yeah. Let's say I'm a 3M dealer, just because I've got a lot of experience with 3M. We were a 3M dealer. In my mobile business, I was 3M for a while. In the company I used to work for, we were 3M for a while. So a lot of stuff like that. We go to retail. Let's say we jump this price up. Let's say we just kind of throw some prices out here. Yeah, this keyboard sometimes. There we go. You can tab through these too. Shift tab, all that kind of cool stuff. So convertible, let's say we're at, I don't know, 400. Again, I'm just kind of like, some of these might not make sense because I don't want to spend a lot of time like running through these and wasting time doing a lot of stuff. So let's say that works. And let's put it at a location. Since we're here making the prices, add it to the location, save it. And now we have two price lists over here. So one thing you'll see once you add a second price list too is you'll see these little down and up arrows right here. These down and up arrows help you decide something I'll show you in a minute, what order these actually display in. So let's say now we've got a location set, we've got a price list set. Let's say we go over back to home. Let's say we want to look at a price now. So now's when you can actually look at a price. We've got at least one location, we've got at least one price list. So let's say we want to go look at this Honda Accord sedan, right? See, little bug. So we've got a retail price down here, and we've got a location as freaking tint in here, and it's going to show us a price for full tint on a sedan. FX Premium runs $350. Ceramic IR runs $550. And again, if you ever change films, even you can go in here to your price list, go here, update, and change the name of your film. So you've got these in a drop-down list. It looks like it doesn't show you the drop-down list when I click it. So when you click, it shows you a drop-down list here. If I see FX Premium and Ceramic IR, I can always go back in here and add this. Like, let's say it was Expel. We can change that to CS Black. Let's say we swap, because the company I work for swapped from 3M to Expel. So let's say we did that. So again, I see the three films here, but let's go to add. So we went that route, right? So now when we go back and we select that car, little bug, I'll fix that. It shows you the film names over here. So you got a couple options here. If you want to put good, better, best, you can do that. If you want to put the film names, if you want to use your own branded names, I think there are some places that do, like, ultimate and standard, or if you got packages you want to use, you can go that route too. So Another option you have is, again, I don't think it's going to show you the drop down, which is really wild, but it is what it is. So you got this view extra pricing drop down because there are a few things that you don't look at all the time, but you still might need. So let's say you don't look at brow pricing. There's a price to put a brow on a Honda Accord sedan for this setup, right? Same thing for sunroof, and the windshield prices. If you want CS Black 150, if you want XR Plus 250, you know, whatever film name you put in there, it's going to put in there for you. So what happens over here? What's nice about these little arrows is they drop down. If you want to change the order of what's over here, is the best thing. Like, I feel like it's best to have good, better, best, you know, because you got like a stack. But if you want to flip them and reverse them, you can just hit down on here to reorder these. And when you got multiple ones, you'll see multiple arrows, and you can just reorder them. So maybe you want to do top down type selling, so you got your better film at the top and you kind of go down from there. If you want that visual, do it. You can do it, man. So I just wanted to add some flexibility in there to make it nice and easy to use, so and customizable, so you can set it up for how you want it. So here's nothing else. Here's something else. Let's go look for that Pilot, right? If you look right now, I just know the body model split. I'm pretty sure it's from 15 to 16, right? So if we look at the 2015 Pilot right now, little bug to fix again. Not sure why that one's doing it. But I can fix that later on. I'm just gonna do that every time I show you a price, but all good. Normally that auto loads. There's a little bug that I'll get fixed, but that's why it's in beta mode. So a 2015 Honda Pilot's gonna show, you know, XR Plus 600, CS Black 400, right? And if you want to do the front two, same thing here. So a couple different things. Let's say we go back, hit the back button, and we want that 2016 Pilot. Well, it says it charges the same thing, but if we know that it has these extra vent windows, what do we do? Well, there's no comments, so there's no price comments to show you anything. So what we do is we go over here and we've got what we call modifiers. This is what makes a lot of this paired with the database is what makes a lot of this, what makes it work, really. So we've got year modifiers for those folks who want to, let's say, man, I've got a vehicle. So the database goes back to 92. Well, I didn't throw that out there, but I'll let you know. But let's say the vehicle's 2005 or older. Man, I don't want to deal with them because it's a lot of extra cleaning. So let's say I want to charge an extra $100 on those. And the comment of why? Well, this age are, well, no, let's say aren't, we don't want to diss the customer's car and say it's usually dirty. So vehicles this age usually require extra cleaning, right? This is what you want your salesperson to see when they look at an older vehicle and the price is so high. They've got support right in front of them of why. So save. So let's go real quick. Let's go look at I don't know, let's pick anything. 2000. What shows up? Let's say a 2000 Honda Odyssey. We know that's going to be dirty. So we had this comment here. Boom, right here. It's $700, which is different than our normal price to do a van. The reason is because these vehicles usually require extra cleaning. So that gives them that comment right there in front of them. So let's go even deeper. Let's say we want that certain Honda Pilot, man. So let's search Pilot here real quick. We know that Pilot one needs to be more. So we've got this neat feature here where we've got the range here. So you don't have to go through and add a modifier for every year, 2016, 2017, 2018. You can go through here and find this body model and be like, yeah, this new body model, this is for a, little bug, cool. This is for full tint because we've got a separate modifier for front too. So this is for full tint. So let's say we want to charge an extra $100 on that one as well, right? This we got an odd number. Let's say 85. So we kind of have a good number. So let's say the front vent window. Let's say you like to remove that window, right? We'll save it. And now it shows that 2016 to 2023 Honda Pilot has a modifier of $85. Well, we want to do the same thing in here because we want to charge more money for a front two modifier too. So we're going to go back in here too, and we're going to say, but it's just a front two, so we're going to charge an extra $50 labor, right? Am I really typing here and not doing anything? Oh man, that was awesome. I looked up and Nelson was actually typing. Right, boom, let's do that. So we're gonna charge an extra $50 on those pilots that have that extra one. So you'd want to normally go in and do the Ridgeline 2, the Passport. Those all had the similar one. So now we go in and let's say we search that same pilot. Here's the beauty of this. If we search a 2015 pilot, it's going to give us that good old standard price here, $600 and $400. But let's say we go back and we want to search that 16 pilot now and newer. That didn't show. Oh, the modifiers are messed up. See, there's always a bug here, man. Let's see here. Of course, I can go into my database. Can't change it in the database. Awesome. Yep. Every time you want to show something, something goes wrong. So I am going to cheat here. I get logged in here. So yeah, I'm going to cheat here real quick because of course the live isn't working right. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. Of course, every time you do something with software, man, it's always something new, man. Always something new. Bear with me. Let me get you over to a different version that I've got here. All right. Let's stop sharing this one. All right, back here. So this we're going back into our test database then. So I got a lot more vehicles here. So when we go over to the modifiers, I want to say I've got one set up for that pilot. Let's double check real quick. Yep, we've got one set up for the model modifier at $75. So let's go in here and we can demo this in. So let's say we search that pilot again. We scroll down to a 2015 pilot. Again, it shows regular pricing. I got my good, better, best set up right here. So then we go over, we go back. If we go, well, let's look at the price real quick. So a full price, look at our best is $850 and $575. So let's go back and go over to a 2016 pilot. And now it shows $650 and $925. So see how it shows, because of that modifier, it shows a different price there. So, and then even down here, it tells you the model comments, you know, why does this cost more? Boom, because that front bin window has to be removed and reinstalled for better quality. So it gives that salesperson some backing to go off of for that. So I'm not sure if I have Tesla in here. Let's find out, because I want to show you the difference between that two. Well, let's go look at, again, another awesome one is the Honda Civic. We all know that freaking hatchback and how crazy that was. Who had that idea, man? Like, we all are frustrated with that person. So let's go to a Civic. You got Civic sedan, Civic hatchback. The Type R is in here because it's got an even bigger wing on it, and it just gives you the option. If you want to add a modifier for that as well, you're more than welcome to. Sometimes that bigger wing doesn't really get in the way too much, but it might give you an option to upsell a little bit more. All right, so let's say a 2021 Civic sedan. All right, we're looking at $350, $500, and $700, right? But if we go to the hatchback, it's probably gonna say the same thing, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the model modifier. We're gonna find a Civic. It's 1C, 1I. We're gonna pull it up. Let's see what year model. See, look, that 2022 that Civic hatchback changed, and it's going to be a little easier to deal with. So let's look at the 2016 to 2021 hatchback. There we go, the Civic with the hatchback. Let's select that one. Right, we don't really deal with that wing, so we're going to charge. Let's say we charge $100. Let's just make a nice even number, man. Let's say you like to remove that wing. All right, let's save that. And now let's go back. Let's look at that sedan difference there too. So again, 600, 800 for a standard full tint on a sedan Civic. And then let's go over to a hatchback Civic and boom. 600, 800. Yeah, of course. Good old bugs, man. So another bug to look at there. So the model comment is showing up, but for some reason the price isn't changing. So yep, more bugs. That's why we're releasing this in beta mode, and this is why we're so close to launch. There's software is, man, as soon as you think you got it right, 20 things mess up on you. So let's try. I don't know if I have Tesla in here or not. Nope, not in the test database. Let's see if we can get that in here real quick. Boom, got Tesla. Look at that. So this gives us an option too. So if we look at like a Tesla Model 3 sedan, it's just going to show 500 and 700 for it. We want to charge a little bit more. So let's go again, go into model. We type in Tesla. Of course, it's not going to show because I just loaded it in the database. But it'll show here. So again, always something. So but we also have that option too to set up that same modifier, model modifiers, front two modifiers for, especially for front two windows that have that extra vent window for any kind of like sedans, your WRXs, a lot of Subarus, that freaking Golf GTI. You want to add more money on that? Well, we've got a modifier for you to see it. So good question, Jay. I don't need me in here. There we go. So yeah, good thing, Jay. So yeah, I want to see too, man. A big reason I wanted to do this demo today is I wanted to see if you guys had any questions, any kind of feedback, anything like that you wanted to see out of it. To know like, well, can we do this? Will it do this? Will it do that? That kind of stuff, and let me know. If you got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them to the best of my ability. Because like I said, this is my project here, man. Let me get that logo out of the way so you can see chat. There we go. So yeah, so again, I want to make sure, you know, if you guys want to be part of the early access group as we launch this, man, go over to SnapTip.App. You can make this happen. You can be part of our early group. And as we get this finalized, we get these few little bugs worked out, then we'll be able to get launching, and we'll launch it in beta mode. It might look a little funny for a while. Let's see. Awesome. So, you know, honestly, I haven't even gone over pricing yet. So I appreciate that, Jordan. That is an awesome question, man. Let's go over to see what we get. So here's pricing. Here's how I want to set this up, right? So we've got it set up. You can do monthly or yearly, whatever works for you. So what you get is a standard plan is $29 a month. You get 3 locations and up to 10 price lists. So what that does is that allows you to, if you want to set up a, let's say you're a mobile installer and you've got like some wholesale accounts. Like let's say you help out this other shop, you know, and you want, you come to them to do their tint and they just sell it. You show up, you tint it. You know, I've been there when I was mobile. If you want to set up a wholesale account, you can set that up as a location and give them their own price list. And eventually even then what's awesome is you can give them a link. So there's an option in the menu, you go over, you can create a link. If you want to embed this on your website, you can do that. Not a lot of people like to put pricing directly on their website, but if you want to put the tool on your website, you're more than welcome to. If you want to give a link to a dealership so that the dealership doesn't have to call you to ask about pricing, they can just look it up. You can do that too. Same thing with the wholesale account. You can do the wholesale account and give them a link to where they just, if they ever look at pricing, they just pull up the link, look at the pricing of a vehicle. They know that, hey, you're going to charge me $200. I'm going to charge this customer, $300 so I can make a little money, and they can sell it. They know how much money they're going to make from that without having to call back and forth, because that customer experience can kind of suck sometimes, having to go back and forth a lot. So I wanted to streamline a lot of the customer experience here, while also making it as easy as possible to hire someone who knows absolutely nothing about window tint, nothing about cars, anything like that. So David, that is an awesome question. David says, as far as inflation, can you set all prices to increase by 3% without changing everything one by one? So the answer to that is you don't have to change the modifiers unless you choose to. You have to go change your price list. So if you wanted to change pricing, let's say you want all your pricing to go up by, let's say, just 3%, right? You'd have to go into your price list, go update it, and change your starting prices by 3%, and then that'll affect the pricing going in. So if you wanted to up all of your modifiers, that would be a little bit tougher because you have to go back and get them one by one. But that's all preset, kind of preset now. And then your price list is something that kind of changes. Like if you change film, you upgrade, you open more locations, that kind of stuff, you have option to change the basic price list. The price list acts as like your starting app price, and then go up from there. So great question, brother. Thank you, man. Great question. Yeah, so pricing. So you can do $29 a month for it. You get 3 pricing. If you need more locations than that, it's just $9 a month per location. And once we launch on the trial, you can have 40 locations if you want. If you want 50 locations, it might be hard to manage in the app because that's a lot of locations. But so you can try things, mess with things, figure out what you want to do. And then when you actually go to start your account, that's when you decide, okay, I've been using 6 locations for my trial, but I don't want to pay for all those because I only need 3, right? I've been experimenting and trying to figure it out. I only need 3. When you go to start your account after your trial is up, you can say, hey, I want 3 and not 6. And it'll just give you a standard plan, $29 a month. Or if you want to pay yearly, it's only $2.99. You actually save $50 if you go that route. And you actually get, so you get almost 2 months for free out of that. So $29 a month or $2.99 a year. And if you ever want to go and do like, what if I got a big business and I've got a lot to manage? What do we do there? Well, down here, you'll see click for more than 3 locations. And here you can set in how many locations do you want. So again, if you've got 8 locations, how much is that going to cost me? Well, it's going to cost you either $794 a year, or you can pay $74 a month. So not a lot of money for what this allows you to do. And paying yearly, like the more locations you had, the more money you save by paying yearly. So there is a minimum of 3 locations. So having anything less than that is still going to be the same. So 2 locations, 1 location. You're still going to get, even if you put in 1 location here, you're still going to get 3 locations. That's kind of like the starting plan, the base plan for it. So I wanted to make sure that you have time to kind of experiment a little bit and figure out how you can work with multiple locations to see how you can make it work for you. So awesome question, bro. Awesome question. So yeah, that was a pretty big overview. So so when I was saying, if you got like multiple locations, it's going to lay them all out right here in alphabetical order, and your prices are going to show up over here. So in the order that you want them to display. So like your good, better, best is going to show up. And I made a fun one called Phenomenal, kind of messing around. So just showing here. Oh, it shows for location 3. So see, like all sorts of wild stuff you can do for different locations and all. So, and a lot of times too, when you've got like different people at different locations, you got this option to manage users here, to where you can have people like set at different locations, so that when this person here, let's say when Bilbo Baggins is logged in and he looks up a price, it's going to show him the price for location 1. And same thing too, let's say we want to change him over to location 2. When Bilbo Baggins search for a price, it's going to show him the price at location 2. And here's where, since we're in the test mode now, I can kind of show you things. So like, let's say you want to go in and create a location. Let's say you want to create a link for location 2, and the price category we want to use is retail. It doesn't show you drop down for some reason, but let's say we want to create that link. So we can click save, and now I can actually, let's do this. So yeah, if you want to try that, that should pop up for you. Let's find out. No, because that is a version test page, so that might not work right. Let me change that link. That link won't work correct. I've got to put something in here for you to help that link work. So the link may work, but prices might not show up. There, I'm having to look around my camera there. So try that one. That one might work for you. And then you might be able to go in and actually look at the pricing. Like we just look at it. Maybe you'll be able to play around with it some. Let's see what that loads up. Boom. Yeah. So that'll show you some pricing. It'll show you if we have any modifiers set up, it'll show you. So if you use that link and you search pilot, those are the ones that have a lot of the modifiers set up for. That's the ones I do a lot of testing with because of that difference between a 15 and a 16. So yeah. And again, it's a partial database. So you'll see some stuff in there, but you won't see all of it. But that will at least give you kind of like a little bit of a demo you can play around with. Again, not all vehicles are in there. So if you search for your vehicle and it doesn't show up, it's because that is a test database and I don't want to load the whole database in there. So yeah, we've got this let's see. Yeah, you can manage users, your links. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. If you need help, you got help tickets here, man. Help tickets come over to us. So if you got issues you're working with or bugs you find, we can what was I saying? Sorry, freaking squirrel. If you got any issues, you can put in the help ticket here. You can create a new help ticket and go and create something, blah, blah, blah. And that comes over to us. So it'll store here. So you can see it. Anyone within your business can see it. So hopefully if you got a big business and someone else sees this help ticket, maybe they can help you out. It's also going to get sent over to us on the management side. So we can take a look at what's going on, figure out what's up for you. If there's a bug we need to fix, anything like that, we can do that. So yeah, I mean, that shows most of the demo there. I mean, you've got windshield modifiers, browse modifiers, sunroof modifiers, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I just want to, that was my big things I wanted to share with you guys and show you that. I really appreciate everyone jumping on. I appreciate y'all coming here, man. If there's any more questions you got, message me on Facebook, ask me. If you got my phone number, text me. I mean, reach out to me, man. This thing's getting closer and closer. I'm in like the infancy stages of it. I kind of rushed today because I wanted to get a demo out. I've had people ask me questions about how it works, how pricing works, about setting up pricing. So I wanted to make sure I get that out and just kind of have something people can look at. So again, we ran across a couple bugs. We'll get those fixed. We'll have those going. And if you want to be part of the pre-launch group and get access to this before everyone else does, make sure you go over to www.SnapTip.App and sign up. And once we get ready to launch, we'll send you an email, let you know, and you'll be able to jump on first. So yeah, if no one's got any more questions, man, I think I'm going to head on out. Appreciate y'all coming in, man. I appreciate everything, man. All the support, everything from the film industry, man. Everyone who's excited about it, kept me pushing, kept me going, man. It's been a big deal. So this is I think this is going to be huge. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to help people grow. I think it's going to help people hire new people. I think it's going to open up the hiring pool for finding someone to work up front. It's going to be a big thing, man. You can teach someone in the back how to help clean up and how to help organize, that kind of stuff. But teaching someone how to price is really tough. And now you just don't have to do that. So thanks everyone for coming. Thanks everyone for watching. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this afterwards, Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and we will catch you later. Oh, I said I would mention our Discord, man. If you're still here or if you're still watching, come on over to our Discord channel. Go to SnapTip.App, give your email, I think it's your first and last name, and then it's going to give you a link to a Discord group. And in that Discord group, we do a lot of accountability, we do a lot of sharing, a lot of the updates for the app are going to be put in there. We're going to do early, we're creating an early access group within there to just kind of give special tools, special gifts, anything like that. Just be a part of that, man. We're going to do a thing called Wake Up Wednesday, where we have a weekly accountability call at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, where I'll jump on, and anyone who's there who wants to jump on, we're available to chat, talk about what you're doing, where you're going, how, what kind of problems you have along the way, what kind of celebrations that you deserve along the way too. So, just a lot of just working together is a big thing, man. What I hope this can do is just bring so many people together for this. So, again, man, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for watching, everyone. And we will talk to you later.